All right, I think we are up. Yes, we are. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. I know we said in the community post that we were not going live today, but we are currently tracking a large tornado on the ground north of Unionville, Missouri. And multiple reports are suggesting that we have a large tornado on the ground that'll be north of Unionville. So, welcome in everybody. Welcome to the stream. We are going to be tracking this and stay on till we can get this out of here. And just getting this out of the way real quick. The camera coverage up here isn't that great. I really doubt we got anything useful up here that we can use. Yeah, there is no camera coverage up here for this warned storm. But this is a PDS tornado warning. In effect, that is a particularly dangerous situation moving east at 30 miles an hour. So I guess you could call this an emergency stream of sorts. I'm going to go ahead and go back a little bit where you could see this large tornado go north, just crossed Highway 5. Where again, we are tracking a we are tracking a dangerous tornado on the ground. We have multiple videos here from minutes ago of of this tornado on the ground. So the risk today is a 10% SIG 1 for tornadoes. It is an enhanced risk over a large area of the Midwest and Upper Plains area. And we're going to go ahead and tell you guys what we have in terms of damage. As it seems like this tornado did go through a populated area. A populated community, I should correct myself. So, the main thing that we need to know, that we always got to remember and stuff like this, is that if you are in the path of this tornado, you need to get to an interior room on the lowest floor or a basement. Never park under overpasses and do not shelter any mobile home or outbuilding, all right? So we want to go ahead and take our tornado precautions immediately if we're in the path of this. Multiple reports of a large cone tornado on the ground north of Unionville, Missouri. And then if I can't show this, but I'm going to post this here. You can see that cone tornado. I'll go ahead and post this in the chat here. But this is a video from 7 minutes ago. I'm going to post that there. That is a video of the large tornado that we have. If you go into a minute in. Northern Missouri. So yeah, right now we have the tornado still on the ground northeast of Unionville, Missouri. And camera coverage up here isn't that great. We are also tracking another tornado on the ground here that's going to be in effect for areas west of Trenton, Missouri. Jamesport is in that, but this should remain north of them. And we have another tornado warning that was just issued along Interstate 35. We'll go and take a look and see, take a look at our camera network. We do have a camera in the area. We'll see if that one's up. Because we do have some, just give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, we do have camera coverage. So we're going to go ahead and get our multicam up here. I'll be able to share what we're seeing. Let's go ahead and get that set up as soon as possible. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to our multicam. And as you can see on the top right, that is our camera over there in Winston, Missouri. This is from the Department of Transportation. We are currently getting a close-up view of this tornado warning storm. We did get an extension of this tornado warning storm. And that is a weather spotter confirmed tornado. Trenton and Tyndall is now in that. Butchered that, but so I do apologize for that. This also includes Highway 65. Highway 65. And that's going to continue to move on eastward into, pretty sure that's Central Grudy County. Let's confirm that. Yeah, that is. So going back up here, the velocity signature on this, we can still see a very powerful velocity signature northeast of Unionville now. And this is going to continue to move towards the state line. And if we go ahead and try getting some reports here to see if we still have this tornado on the ground, which on velocity, this definitely is still on the ground. But I want to see if we have any visuals on it right now. We'll go ahead and get that pulled up here, and I'll let you know. So, it's about to approach the state line. This is still a powerful tornado in progress. And yeah, we do have a visual on it. We do have a visual on this tornado. It's from a chaser that we can't share, but so this tornado is still in progress. When it was west of Highway 5, it was reported as a cone tornado on the ground. The tweet I sent in the chat shows, if you go about a minute in, it shows that tornado, that large cone tornado that's been reported. We are continuing to track what appears to be a long-tracked, strong tornado in progress. And we are going to zoom back out real quick to cover this other tornado warning where we have a broad area rotation moving to the northeast towards 34. Towards Highway 34. This is going to be in southern Iowa. And all this right now is kind of combining together into one small line. So that'll probably be done in about an hour or so. And I'm pretty sure this is where we have our maxed out tornado probabilities at for today. That'll be a 10% SIG 1. So they've gone ahead and extended that tornado warning here. Another PDS tornado warning now into southern Iowa. And this is going to be in effect till 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. If you look at the top right camera, you're taking a direct look at this developing storm north of Winston. This is as close as we can get it. And you can see that developing circulation that is forming north of Winston. This camera is right around where pretty sure that's where, Highway 6 is. Yeah, where Highway 6 meets with Interstate 35, that's going to be right where that camera is located. And we can start to see that developing circulation really start to intensify here. So we're going to need everybody in Jameson to take cover immediately, as this is going to be and you can see that hook echo. If we switch to the I might get another, it's kind of in a radar dead hole, but we're going to try taking a look from this perspective where you can start to see that hook echo form. Can't get a good velocity signature, but we can see on both of these radars here that we have available, we can start to see a hook echo form. So this is the intensifying circulation here. And if anything touches down from this, we'll be able to see on the top right camera. And you might be able to see, might be a little bit of a funnel cloud trying to kick up here with this storm on the top right of your top right of your screen. So now if we go back to this developing circulation, did this large tornado right here. That velocity signature still very strong. You can see the tornado itself with that vortex hole. We're kind of getting into the oranges and yellows. We can see that vortex hole right there, and that is something that you don't see really often. That's normally as a result of the more stronger tornadoes. So this is obviously a strong tornado in progress here. Thankfully over rural areas at this current moment, but we're going to need everybody in the path to seek shelter immediately. Alright, we're going to need everybody in the path to seek shelter immediately. This is a strong tornado in progress here, moving to the northeast. And I know we said in our community post that we weren't going live, but that is quickly changed with this developing situation here. And as for camera coverage on this strong tornado, there is none on our network that I can see. I'll try checking our ones in Iowa and see where we could maybe pick this up at. If I had to guess, it would probably be along 63 where we could probably get something. So let me just switch back to radar feed real quick so I can just pop this out. Yeah, there we go. So I can go ahead and check our network in Iowa and see what we got going on there. There's still a weather spotter confirmed tornado. We do have a picture camera along 63 southwest of Bloomfield. That's one of the closest spots we can get. And picture cameras, again, like in the name, they take a photo every so often. So once it gets a little bit closer, I'll go ahead and start showing what it's showing. But right now, nothing much on those cameras. So again, on the top right camera, this is currently looking at this tornado-warned storm. You can see that powerful circulation forming. And actually, we might have something forming on the top right there. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, it seems like if you go back, we did have we did see that circulation right there. I really hope they can turn that camera. Somebody is controlling this camera. Because we just saw the circulation here across the interstate, right in front of the camera. So I really hope we can get them to turn that way, because if they turn it to the right, we'll be able to get a great view of this circulation here. Oh, and yeah, they are turning it. So you're getting a better view of this circulation here. Kind of a bit too low quality to see if anything's on the ground, but this is we're definitely looking straight this uh at this rotation here. And again, this is going right towards Highway 13 next. It's going right towards Highway 13. And let's go ahead and confirm some information here. We're trying to get updates on that strong tornado to the northeast. I'm gonna go and send this in here. So if you get ready to check the chat here, I am gonna post a link here where it seems like we have where it was north of Unionville, where it seems like it was a multi-vortex tornado. And there you go. That's gonna be from Clint Henderson. I mean Clint Hendricks. Excuse me. Where we had a view of the multi-vortex tornado that was north of Unionville. Let's go ahead and kick it back up there real quick. Where we were starting to see, where we're starting to see this about across the state line here momentarily. And this is going to be making a direct run for Mark, Iowa. So everybody in Mark, Iowa, I know you're not in the tornado warning just yet, but I would get ready to seek shelter, as this has been a pretty long-lived tornado. I'm pretty sure you've been tracking this all the way. Let's see. I'm trying to see as far back as we can go. We've been tracking this east of Princeton, according to reports. East of Princeton. So yeah, this is a long track tornado that we're about to see cross the state line here momentarily. And we're starting to see that developing circulation. We're kind of in a major radar hole when it comes to this. So you're mainly getting the upper level rotation, which the upper level rotation is really getting itself together. But we're not able to see how the lower level is doing. We're still looking. They just turned the camera to face directly at the rotating storm here. And again, it's too low quality to currently see if anything's on the ground, but we can see the circulation itself continuing to bloom up. And it's going to be approaching right on Highway 13 here momentarily. Jamesport is about to be directly in the path of this once they do extend it, and if this rotation held itself together. The broad rotation southwest of Trenton should remain south of Trenton. We'll be crossing Highway 65 momentarily. So we need everyone in Trenton to remain in their safe spots until we can get you out of it. I also want to point out that we do have a more severe weather up to the north. We did have a tornado warning, which yeah, that one's still in effect. And we have some more severe thunderstorm warnings in Minnesota. In terms of tornado damage, I don't see any photos here of tornado damage. I'm only seeing the ones from yesterday. So just going to zoom out here so you can get a general understanding of what's going on here. We are currently tracking multiple tornado warnings here in northern Missouri and southern Iowa. All of this is currently pushing to the east here, and will continue to pose a tornado threat, as I'm pretty sure this is in our maximum tornado corridor of the day. Alright, so continuing to track this here. Let's go ahead and see. Oh yeah, by the way, they did drop the tornado warning in southern Iowa as well. The one that had that broad rotation. We have no new reports right now. And as we zoom in here, this is going to be crossing the state line into southern Iowa. And it's going to be going towards Mark in Bloomfield. Where again, we are tracking a long-tracked tornado that has likely produced damage. We haven't had any photos of damage yet, but considering how long this is tracked, we for sure have damage from this. So let's go ahead and kick it up real quick to Wisconsin, where we had that line come in earlier earlier today that produced some damaging winds in the Chicago area. All of that's now being pushed into the western Michigan area. And this tornado warning storm currently warned for a pretty broad rotation. I don't see anything truly defined at the current moment. So that is something that we might be able to get out pretty quickly. And you're tracking a small area of severe thunderstorms here, continuing to move its way to the east. And that's going to be posing a threat for damaging winds and hail. Tornado threat will be pretty small with these storms. I will say that tomorrow we are going to be tracking another area, another round of severe weather. And for that one, we might go live for that one. And that's going to be for an enhanced risk for basically, let's see here. An enhanced risk for central and southwestern Michigan, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, northwestern Indiana, northeastern Missouri, and eastern Iowa. And we do have another 10% SIG 1 for the possibility of strong tornadoes. So we're continuing to track this here, continuing to move towards the state line. Let me go back real quick, because we do have a new flash flood warning issued for this part of Missouri, where we're tracking multiple tornado warnings. And this flash flood warning will remain in effect till 9 o'clock p.m. tonight. So, as this one's now moving away from the camera, let's go ahead and see if we can get another camera up. So I'm going to go back to our radar feed. And we'll go in and get another camera up here momentarily. So that was a view out of Winston, Missouri, where we did see that rotation, an area of rotation cross the interstate, and now crossing Highway 13. Now we are also tracking this tornado warning here south of Trenton, where we're starting to see some rotation redevelop here. This is confirmed to be no, not anymore. It's now downgraded radar indicated rotation. And this is about to be crossing Highway 65. And continue making its way east, where it's going to continue to pose a threat for tornadoes. Your new severe thunderstorm warning now in effect. This one should be for the potential of tornadoes alongside hail and wind. I'm going to take a look. 2-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds, and tornado possible, so right on the nose. So that's going to be something that we're going to be tracking very closely. So as this continues to develop here, we're going to be taking a small break. They have issued a new tornado warning. It is a PDS radar indicated tornado warning here. So when they issue these, even though they don't think a tornado is on the ground right now, they're worried that it could produce another strong tornado in the future. So they're issuing another PDS tornado warning without saying it's on the ground to be on the safer side. Yeah, source radar indicated rotation. So yeah, they have dropped the tornado warning northeast of Unionville. And we'll probably see an extension here closer to Bloomfield momentarily. So we're going to be taking a bit of a small break here, getting ready to continue our coverage right after this. Alright, so I'm going to be back a little bit early because the tornado warning, a PDS tornado warning, has been extended all the way towards Troy and is now a weather spotter confirmed tornado again. That a large, extremely dangerous, potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. It's going to be moving northeast at 30 miles an hour, and this is for Davis County in southeastern Iowa. So we're going to need everybody in the mark to seek shelter right now. Everybody in Bloomfield to seek shelter right now. The camera coverage here is very limited. We do have some, but it's picture cameras. They're not live. They are not live cameras. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop them up here and see, number one, if they're working, and number two, if we can see anything from them at the moment. If there's nothing on them, I would just won't I won't share it because there's nothing to see. And yeah, there isn't anything to see at the current moment. Seems like there is some construction crews just north of Bloomfield on one of the cameras. So we're gonna need, so yeah, those people need to seek shelter. But there's a rapidly redeveloping tornado here. Likely another strong tornado in progress. If not, it's been on the ground the whole time. So this is another large tornado, or likely the same tornado on the ground, now approaching Mark. So everybody in Mark needs to seek shelter immediately. They need to seek shelter immediately. We're going to see if there's any cameras in the path. And no, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. So we were going to be kind of in the dark right now in terms of the cameras. We do have that picture camera that we're going to check in from time to time. It seems like it takes a photo once every 5 minutes. So we have one that's west of Bloomfield, and then one just to the north. I'll see if it is possible to get a better view. So yeah, everybody in the path of this needs to seek shelter right now. This is a dangerous situation. And we are getting some damage photos now of this tornado warning where we have some buildings that are heavily damaged. I also do have a scanner up while I was away. And if there's anything from that, I'll be sure to let you know. Yeah, this is a powerful tornado that is forming right here. You can see on the velocity just how strong this tornado is getting. So again, we need everybody in the Mark area to seek shelter. This is a dangerous storm. And Clint Hendricks is on it. I'll go in and check his Twitter again. He did get something earlier that we shared. That we posted the link to, because again, we can't share these. We're not allowed to share these. But he likely has a view of it right now. Now approaching the Mark area where the velocity is only getting stronger and stronger. And there's going to be a strong tornado approaching the Bloomfield area eventually. Again, we're talking about Iowa here. This just crossed the state line a while ago. And we're also tracking these areas for the possibility of tornadoes as well. And right now, pretty broad rotation on most of these. This one right here is starting to get itself together. So there's going to be something to watch. So Trenton remaining your safe spots as you got another tornado on the way. You have another tornado on the way. So let's go ahead and confirm. And confirm if you have any other information on this right now. Yeah, massive velocity spike. And this is a long-tracked tornado. There's a long-tracked tornado now approaching Mark. And Mark is likely going to be taking a direct hit from this tornado here. "42 seconds ago, we just got a report of a confirmed tornado through broadcast media. If you could figure out where that's coming from, I might be able to share it here, and we'll be able to might be able to see it. Excuse me. It is a strong tornado in progress, approaching Mark. It is approaching Mark. And we need everybody in the path to seek shelter now. If we could confirm where that is from, I might be able to share it here. Send the link. I'll be able to send the link to it. Yeah, massive velocity signature on radar, about to hit Mark. So everybody in Mark needs to seek shelter now. We'll go back to the picture cameras we have out there. I'll go and if there's anything on them, I'll go ahead and post it here. Yeah, nothing there just yet. And this is about west of Bloomfield, so it might be hard to see anything. It's also pointed at the road. Yeah, broadcast media did get a photo of this. And this is in southeastern Iowa. Let's go ahead and go back to... I'm going to go back to Clint Hedrick's Twitter and see if he has anything. Nope. I'm trying to see if any photos of this, as it's about to approach Mark. So, again, everybody in Mark, get to your interior rooms get into your interior rooms immediately. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. There's going to be going right towards you. And Bloomfield is going to get really close to you. This is a PDS tornado warning for a weather spotter confirmed tornado. And we are getting tornado damage here. From this tornado, as well as some of the strong line of storms earlier in Wisconsin. And there's going to be right on top of Mark here within minutes at most. And we are also tracking area rotation here with these two storms. And if anything happens with that, we'll be sure to let you know. So yeah, now this is about to be right on top of Mark. Yeah, just a very long track tornado up to this point. Started east of Princeton and continued all the way here. We'll go ahead and get a scanner up for this county. This is Davis County. And we'll listen in to see if we have anything. Never mind. There's not really any scanners to work with in that county. I'll go ahead and check back in with the cameras here that we have in Iowa. They're not live. They only take a picture every few minutes. But if we get something from it, now would be the time. Yeah, still nothing of note. I even checked the county and the next county over to the east. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, this just went on top of Mark. This is going to continue to move to the east towards Highway 2. I'm going to be worried about Troy from this long track tornado. I will say in terms of the rotation, the velocity has gone a lot weaker since it was over here past the state line. If we go ahead and replay it here, you can see that it's gone pretty weak. but we are scanning this pretty high. So everybody in mark needs to remain in their safe spots. You have a tornado going above you, and we're gonna have to keep an eye on that over the next long while. So we're gonna be standing by here for any new information. And real quick, if you could get a camera here in this area, that would be great. Because I know we haven't gotten to be able to get a camera in a while. Yeah, nothing. So you're going to be standing by here just for a second, and I'm going to get some more information. I'm going to get it to you once I return. All right. So I am back from eating dinner. So we're gonna go ahead and continue our coverage as planned. So the good news is that the rotation on the tornado here seems to have weakened significantly since we last checked in on it. We're gonna keep on tracking to see if anything does reform, but right now, it is really weakened. It is probably the weakest it's gotten so far since we started. And then we have this circulation here continuing to move to the east. These two tornado warned storms. But yeah, now we're starting to see some more severe thunderstorm warnings pop up. And yeah, so we're gonna stay live for a bit longer, but eventually we are gonna go off air so we can go back to our rebranding. Can you look at Unionville? Yeah, Unionville for currently is in a break period right now, so I'm not too worried in terms of storms. These storms will stay south of Unionville. In the long term, I am worried about these smaller storms coming in towards Unionville, but I don't think any of these will become severe. I don't think they're going to be like the tornado that went through there earlier. So I hope that answers your question, or at least helps you. Yeah, this was a long track tornado that we've seen. Now starting to see it kind of coming to an end here. And we're gonna keep a watchful eye to see if anything does reform. We just got a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust report in southern Davis County. In terms of tornado damage, we do have a couple images here of the tornado damage caused by this long track tornado, as well as some of them from in Wisconsin earlier, from that line of storms, not tornadic. Yeah, in terms of camera coverage, there is none in Unionville that we could go towards. Brief touchdown report, southwest of Mark, that just came in. And then tomorrow we're going to be dealing with another round of severe weather in this general location. I might not be able to go live for that one because, again, we are rebranding. But if we do have the time, or if something very serious happens, like what happened today, we'll go and hop on for a bit and then cover what needs to be covered. Okay, we're starting to get all of this out of here in northwestern Missouri. Northwestern Missouri now just has some thunderstorm activity. Nothing severe. Don't expect anything to be too severe. There might be a chance that some of these get severe warned at some point. The northern Missouri, we're doing with a couple tornado warnings, couple severe thunderstorm warnings, but nothing confirmed on the ground from any of these. Mainly just broad rotation we're looking at. Broad rotation here, right here, as you can see, it's going to be going eastward towards Browning. And then another area of broad rotation that's about across north of Browning towards Highway 5. So yeah, stand by. All right, so you're starting to see some more defined rotation develop here with this storm. It's going to be approaching Browning semi soon, probably about 10 minutes time. So we're going to go back on and track this here and see if it forms into anything worrying. Right now, the tornado warning to the northeast, I'm not too worried about that one. That one's very broad rotation. They're probably going to get ready to drop that one here momentarily. So the biggest threat for this area for tornadoes would be right here. That would be west of Browning in northern Missouri. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And this one, they're probably going to get ready to drop. Looks like this one has come to an end. And they've issued this tornado warning downstream just in case the summit does reform. But right now, the rotation has basically fizzled out completely with this storm. So we're now able to get that one out of here. So now it's just this area for the concern of tornadoes at the moment. Alright, so we are starting to track some more stronger rotation forming west of Browning. And this is going to be posing a threat for a tornado. Oh, let me zoom back in. And this would be our next area we got to worry about in terms of tornadoes here. And we are anticipating this to go over Browning here within the next couple minutes. A newest scan, a bit more promising. Seems like it briefly got itself really organized here if we go back a scan. We just push it back here. There we go. Yeah, it seems like it got itself organized for just a minute. Now a bit less organized, so we're hoping it stays less organized as that will continue to move to the east. And we are also tracking a severe thunderstorm, a line of severe thunderstorms about to go through Davenport with pretty much right now, actually. And we have some storm inspired in Kansas. There's a small tornado threat over there, but shouldn't be anything too crazy out there. Right now, the main tornado we were here for, that is basically completely dissipated. And now just forming into this line that's going to be pushing its way eastward. So now the short-term threat would be this storm over here. So I think with that, we are going to be preparing to wrap things up momentarily. As again, the main storm we were live for, that tornado, the strong tornado threat for that one has concluded. The chances of strong tornadoes will persist, but we do gotta focus on getting our rebrand done. So I think we're gonna stand by here for about 20 more minutes, and if there is nothing of note, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. So stand by here, and we'll see you guys in a minute. Yeah, rotation still persistent. Now on top of Brownie, now moving to the east. And this is going to be the area, in terms of tornadoes, this is the area I'm worried about in the short term. This is a storm that's completely by itself in an environment that's pretty untapped so far. The main tornado of the day so far happened north of it, so this part of the environment is still pretty untapped. So I am putting more of a worry on this right now in the short term. The tornado watch that's in effect, by the way, the tornado watch that's currently in effect, that will remain in effect until, if the SPC website isn't down. I'll just look it up through the National Weather Service. SPC website's not really working right now. The tornado watch is in effect until, my goodness, 9 o'clock. So it'll be in effect till 9 o'clock. Yeah, SPC is not loading up on my end, so we'll be in effect till 9 o'clock, and then we can get that out of here. New tornado warning for downtown Davenport. There's a new tornado warning for downtown Davenport. Let's go and get a camera up immediately. Let's go ahead and get one immediately. All right, let's go ahead and get a camera up. There we go. There is your camera as we're seeing this tornado warned storm now going through Davenport. Is in Walcott. Go and fix this a little bit. And let me go back to a radar feed for just 1 second so I can pop this out and get that out of here. Here we go. No, just refresh. There we go. Yeah, this is in Davenport, and it's going to be, our area of circulation is going to be northwest of Bluegrass. And that is what they do have this warrant for. There's going to be south of Walcott, moving towards Interstate 280. It's going to be moving right towards Interstate 280 in the Davenport area. We do have an additional camera here available. This one would be in just north of Davenport as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that one popped up. I am gonna have to crop it a little bit. Just so we could get a better view. There we go. Just getting the rest of this cropped out, and yeah, you can start to see the storm go through Walcott, where we are tracking that area of circulation. All right, let's go ahead and get that fully up. There we go. And that's going to give us a live view of the situation. So everybody in the Davenport area, you need to be in your tornado shelters. You are under a tornado warning. And right now we are also tracking strong winds going through that area. You can see on the top right camera that is Walcott. Walcott is starting to be directly in this right now. You can start to see the rain curtains and stuff going through. And the bridge cam that we're seeing, that's in the northern Davenport area. Actually, east of Davenport. Correction. And this is part of a line of storms that is producing winds potentially up to 70 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and toss it back down to this tornado warned storm. Just for a second here. And yeah, right now rotation's gotten pretty broad, so that is good news. We're going to be hoping to get this out of here with no tornado warnings, with no further tornadoes on that to be worried about. Yeah, the wind gust right now, we're gusting up to 70 miles per hour. We're getting this very close to the ground. So we're able to get an idea of the winds that we're getting near the surface. This is about 70 miles per hour. We have a few pockets of 70-mile-per-hour winds near a surface level. So let's go ahead and check out some additional cameras. Let's see here. On Des Moines. We'll be looking towards Interstate 80, I-80. I know there's a section for I-80. Yeah, here it is. So I am going to go ahead and go back to radar feed, and then I'll take a look. I'm gonna see if this one is gonna be right near. Not sure why that switched to that view. Okay, yeah. So these cameras here are in the Davenport area. So we're gonna go through these cameras as conditions are gonna be rapidly deteriorating. There's another view of that bridge, I'm assuming. We can also see on the top left where conditions are going to be rapidly deteriorating. So yeah, the strongest winds is right along Interstate 80s, going right for the radar site. We're starting to see a small pocket of winds upwards of 70 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour. And that's where we're going to be seeing the strongest of these winds. Let's go here. Yeah, Interstate 74. But yeah, the strongest of these winds is going to be just south of El Ridge. As we're about to see this all push through. Just north of Davenport. I think the strongest of these winds are going to remain just north of Davenport. And right now we're just getting a view across the area. Yeah, now you can start to see the rain currents hit the this bridge here. Go and see if we can get a view here. I'm pretty sure this is the same bridge. My geography of this area isn't the best. So if I'm dead wrong, I do apologize. Yeah, now we're starting to see the strongest of these winds make its way through areas in northern Davenport. Here's a view here. We're starting to see a lot of these rain curtains push its way through. You have 4 cameras on this, so we basically get a view of every angle. You can see the trees swaying on the top right. It is on US 61. US 61 and I-80. So that's right. This should be right near where the strongest winds are located. Oh, look at that shelf cloud on the top left. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is insane. You can see an insane view of that shelf that's causing all these strong winds going through the Davenport area. And yeah, cars are significantly slowing down as a result of these strong winds. Now going over the airport. And we're going to be checking out some additional views here. Yeah, you can't even see anything past the bridge here. You can't. It's complete whiteout at that spot. So, a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and this is going to be for areas east of Davenport, where we're tracking a line of strong storms making its way through the area. Yeah, just a super. Just a really interesting view that we're getting. I'm gonna go ahead and take this full for a second, so you can see the storm that's causing all these strong winds. This line of storms from a better angle. You can go ahead and go back a little bit. No, not an hour. Probably more like 17 minutes ago. Here's what it looked like 17 minutes ago, and then we'll go forward a little bit to when we start seeing that shelf. We had just a very cool structure. I'll go and turn this into a bit of a time lapse here, so you can see what we've seen with that. Yeah, the tornado warning should be dropped. I don't see anything tornadic anymore of this storm. And right now, you're just looking at a time lapse of this developing structure. I'll go and bring things back up to speed here. And then I'll go in and put that back in its place in the top left. Yeah, in terms of this storm, for any signs of a tornado, right now I don't see anything tornadic with this at the moment. We have a new tornado warning, it appears like, in Kansas. So let's go and take a look here. And it hasn't showed up here yet, but this will be for Randolph and areas east. So we do have a tornado warning here in Kansas. This area does have a tornado threat. Not as big as the one that we've seen in northern Missouri and southern Iowa, but this is still a tornado threat here. And there's going to be for a possible tornado moving eastward at 30 miles per hour. Oh yeah, near whiteout on the bridge. I missed that while we were talking about the tornado warning. But yeah, just very strong winds now on that bridge. Yeah, just major rain currents. Let's go ahead and take that full. You can see the trees swaying in the wind. This is likely near 70-mile-per-hour winds that we're seeing in the Davenport area, where a tornado warning does currently exist. And these winds are going to eventually make its way more into northwestern Illinois. So Chicago in the long term, in the very long term, I get another round. Not sure how strong it's going to be by that point, but I guess we're just going to have to see. We have the strongest of these winds have made its way through Davenport and will continue to produce heavy rain for probably the next 20 to 30 minutes, and then we can get you out of this line. We have very strong winds. This is on the Interstate 74 Mississippi River Bridge, according to the stream title. And as for camera views of this new tornado warning in Kansas, we'll go and take a look behind the scenes here. Considering the location, I doubt we got anything here. I'll just look up here. Yeah, no, I got nothing over here. Okay, let's go and move that back down, and then we're gonna go to another camera. A lot of these cameras have seemingly gone down. We'll go and just pop that one up for now. But yeah, we are tracking the area. Very broad rotation approaching a Randolph right now in Kansas. And this does have a short-term tornado threat. Not a super big one, but it's still a tornado threat regardless. We do have a couple of supercells trying to form right now from this storm. I mean, from this in that area. Excuse me. But yeah, this line should be gone from Davenport within 20 to 30 minutes. Wind gusts upwards to 70 miles per hour is currently ongoing. Let's take a look at power outages real quick. See how much of the U.S. is out. Where we do have 281,000 people out in Illinois, 66,000 out in Wisconsin, 62,000 out in Michigan, 22,000 out in Indiana, and 10,000 people out in Ohio. So a lot of people impacted by the severe weather. In fact, you can go. We're gonna go to Michigan real quick because this has been a line that's been that people have been tracking for a while, and that has produced some damage, trees and wires down. And wind gusts upwards to 60 miles per hour is expected. It's definitely not as strong as it used to be, but it's still going to be posing a threat for damaging winds. Okay, let's go and take that camera full once again. Where, again, winds upwards to 70 miles per hour is impacting the area. A lot of lightning activity, as you can see. And if you get any reports of damage from Davenport from the straight line winds, we'll be sure to let you know. In fact, yep, there already is. We got some reports of several 12 to 15 inch limbs down with trees 1 to 2 feet in diameter, estimating 80 mile per hour winds. And we got another estimate from a National Weather Service employee of 70 mile per hour winds. So they actually got ahead and issued a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for that. This is going to be for 80 mile per hour wind gusts for trained weather spotters. There's going to be in effect till 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So we now have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for wind gusts potentially up to 80 miles per hour from reports north of Eldridge. And you can see that you can see these these brighter colors here where we are expecting those stronger winds. So there's going to be southwest of Fulton, and will continue to make its way towards Sterling in the long term. So Sterling's in it. So if you're in Sterling, I would get ready for some strong winds coming your way. You might have some time to carry in some loose objects that can easily fly around in that type of wind, and try to get your electronics charged. As we do got reports of trees down north of Elridge as a result of potentially 80 mile per hour winds. 80 mile per hour winds. And we'll go in and check our camera network real quick. Let's go ahead and find out where this camera is, if that's in our area. No, actually, that is in our area in the long term. So if this is still severe by Dixon, we should have cameras in Dixon. I'm trying to see if I have anything in Sterling. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we do have camera views. So let's go ahead and get them popped up. I'm going to switch back. I'm going to switch back, guys, to radar feed for just a second so we can get those cameras up. So do bear with me. But we do have multiple cameras in that area. Seems like we are already down a couple cameras. And let me go here and see where this camera is at. Okay, so... Alright, so yeah, this will be the best spot. And I'll go and just pop this out. Let's just make sure I'm just spelling that right. Alright, we're going to be switching cameras here in just a second. Three, two, one. There we go. So we do have a camera now in Prophetstown, Illinois. So this is going to be right here. That's where Prophetstown is. And we do have a couple more cameras in the Sterling area. Try getting some in Clinton, but that one's already down. We're already down a camera. So once this gets closer to Sterling, we'll go ahead and pop that up. But this is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for potentially 80-mile-per-hour winds. And I just gotta move this real quick so I can oh wait. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Nope. Get rid of that. There we go. Alright, so yeah, the cameras are now fully set up and ready to go. We are tracking 80-mile-per-hour winds. Go ahead and go to this new tornado warning while we were doing that. And this is going to be including areas of Kirksville all the way towards Gibbs. This is where a tornado and golf ball sized hail is going to be moving to the east at 40 miles per hour until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And going back to this tornado warning over here for Randolph, The rotation on it, very broad, southwest of Olsberg. So right now, in the short term, not too worried about that one at this current moment. We have Prophetstown's is going to be hit first, and then we're going to switch cameras to Sterling. And then if it's still destructive, we'll go ahead and go to Dixon. That is going to be how we're going to try to do things. I'll see if this one in Clinton is working yet. The one in Clinton is not working, so we're going to go ahead and switch that real quick. And that's going to take a bit to set up, so just give me 1 second. All right, here's your next camera here on the top left. That is now out of Clinton. That one wasn't working before, but now we got it working. It's going to be out of Clinton, Iowa. So more on the northern side of where these strongest winds are, but we're still going to have it up anyways. And then we're going to switch these out with ones from Sterling when it comes when it's time for that. Yeah, so we are already losing some of these cameras, so the airport gusted up to 69 miles per hour, so just 1 mile per hour short of 70. Looks like we might have lost that camera up there for good. And go back to a radar feed for just a second, because I think we might also just have an issue just having too many streams open. So I think if I close some of these up, it might not lag as much. Yeah, if that one's not working, I guess we'll just go ahead and switch that one up to Sterling. Or this one's in Rock Falls. Yeah, there's Rock Falls. So, and we got another camera to the south. So after Prophetstown, we'll go ahead and switch the top right one to that one, south of Rock Falls. And if it's still severe, we have some in Dixon as well that we can go ahead and switch to. Here is, so basically we have the cameras on this line of storms for this destructive severe thunderstorm warning with wind gusts potentially up to 80 miles per hour with already confirmed reports of damage. We are currently up to 2 tornado warnings on the board. One in Missouri and one in Kansas. The one in Kansas isn't concerning me too much at the moment. Last time I checked, the one in Missouri might need a bit of watching. Might need a little bit of watching here. But right now, damaging winds is the main threat. It's been the main threat throughout this entire severe weather sequence. Where where a few days ago, we had a wind gust report of 113 miles per hour in Salina, Kansas. Yeah, time is now 6:39 on this June 10th. So yeah, as we continue our coverage, we're gonna step away for a bit, and we're gonna have these camera views up. We're gonna make sure that you keep working, and if there's anything, and we'll be back shortly for when we start to get into the thick of this here. So unfortunately, it does look like we did lose the camera in Prophetstown. So we're going to sub that out for one of these Sterling cameras here and at the airport, and we'll just roll with that. And I'll check back in eventually and see if we can get it back working. So yeah, very broad rotation of this tornado warning storm. They're probably about to drop it here. We did get a new tornado warning. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and check that out if we're able. There we go. And this is gonna be right here. I was about to call this out, but yeah, now it's tornado warned. This is about to be. It's gonna remain mostly over rural areas, but everyone in that polygon needs to seek shelter immediately. There's going to be for southeastern Whiteside County, northeastern Henry County, and northwestern Barrow County, till 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. But if we ever get those cameras back in Prophetstown, I'll go ahead and pop them up for you. 75-mile-per-hour wind gust report out of Rapid City, by the way. And the destructive severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. I'll go in and check one more time if we can get that camera back up. Now the site's glitching, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a refresh. So we can get this one back up. Looks like we can get that one back up. So was down for a bit. Now it seems like we got it back up for now. We'll go and keep that up there for a little bit. Yeah, 75-mile-per-hour wind gust report came out of Rapid City, so wind gusts are approaching 80 on some of them, and yeah, they've extended that tornado warning away towards Knox City in Missouri. But right now, nothing too concerning for me to take a look at right now. The rotation here remains pretty broad. There's gonna be continuing eastward towards Westmoreland and areas east and northeastern Kansas. I wouldn't be shocked if that got an extension. Yep, it just got an extension. All right. So yeah, that got pushed towards that got pushed more towards north of Louisville. And you can start to see that broad rotation kind of coming together a bit more. It is starting to come together a bit more. Yep, that camera's now down again, so we'll just go and swap back to the one at the White County Airport. And we might as well, I'm probably just going to stick with that one from now on instead of having to swap back and forth. Oh. Hold up, I just got a thing here. Is that on the stream's end, or is that just on my end? Just give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, okay. That's just on my end. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, let me just fix that. I'm just gonna put this text here now. Yeah, the rotation here is starting to become a bit more organized. We do got a confirmed tornado now. It's a weather spotter confirmed tornado. No, this is not the radar I want to use. This is a massive radar hole, so I think we'll just use this one. So yeah, we do have a confirmed tornado on the ground now with this storm by weather spotters. Let's go ahead and take a look and see. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see anything online just yet. Yeah, so there's a confirmed tornado on the ground now. We need everybody in the path of this to seek shelter immediately. And there's going to be pushing eastward. Areas in northeastern Missouri, that's where it's going to be. And if you're wondering where these cameras are at, we're currently tracking a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see if that one's still in effect. That one is No, it's been downgraded to 70 now. Downgraded to 70-mile-per-hour winds. But we're going to remain on these cameras here. There's going to be in the Sterling Rock Falls area where we have those cameras at, where we're going to probably see wind gusts upwards to 60 to maybe 70 miles per hour. And then the strongest of these winds will probably be of this tornado-warned storm approaching New Bedford. This is way too rural for me to get cameras in. But that's going to be remaining areas north of Interstate 80. And yeah, they gone ahead and confirmed this extension here for a weather spotter confirmed tornado. And that's going to be over Brashear. That'll be where your circulation's going to be, over the Brashear area. And I really wish there was a way we're getting... I'm just going to see which one of these radar sites will be the best. Yeah, that one gives us not the best view, but it does highlight where that circulation is. Let's go ahead and check the Twitter feed and see if we got anything in terms of the tornado. People are saying that Brandon Kopic has it. Just gotta go back. I'm just gonna go back in the stream and see we got a touchdown. I'm going far. Yeah, Brandon Kopic just oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, so it is a large tornado that is on the ground. I'll go ahead and yeah, give me 1 second, guys. All right, so this is about 4 minutes ago, so I'm gonna post this in chat. If you go about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, that's when you'll probably see it. That is Brandon Kopic's stream. Obviously, cannot share that because he is a well-known chaser, and there's licensing and all that. But yeah, that's about 4 minutes 30 to 5 minutes where you could probably see when he got it. So there's gonna be approaching the county line into Knox County. It's gonna be entering Knox County momentarily. And we do have a new tornado warning here in Kansas after a funnel cloud report came in. And this is going to be moving towards Abilene, Kansas. We should have a camera on that one. If I quickly go grab that, I'll go in and get something there. And then we're probably just going to have to make another window here. There we go. And then I just got to readjust that position. Yeah, it's going to be in the Abilene area. Is that camera working? Okay, it is working. Right now just facing the road, but if someone is controlling that camera, we should be able to take a look at it. And then I'll go ahead and just fix the I'll go ahead and crop it out a little bit so you guys can see it a bit better. It's not too bad, but it is, but I do want to fix it a little bit. And that is the closest camera we have to it. Can't get any closer than that. That is right on the just north of Abilene. And then I'll just go ahead and crop a bit out of the crop this out. We'll do like 275. No, 290. 320. A bit too much. Yeah, I know the stream's paused now, but I just gotta, I want to readjust it. Yeah, yeah, more stronger winds are starting to hit the Rock Falls area. Is that good? Well, we might just roll with that. Oh yeah, let me just there we go. All right, there we go. Perfect. So there's going to be a tornado moving just north of Abilene and moving east of Interstate 70. We do got another camera in Chapman, which will go in and pop up when it becomes time for that one. It gets a little bit closer to Chapman. We'll go and pop up a camera. This one we don't have any camera coverage on. This is just too rural, but it is starting. The broad rotation is starting to intensify a bit. Might have lost the White County Airport camera. Just paused. If we did lose it, we'll try finding a substitute. But right now, this is going to be this tornado warning here in Kansas. There's going to be a threat area south of Westmoreland, and yeah, so we're going to keep a close eye on that one. A short-term tornado threat does exist in this location. And if we now go back to the line that we're currently tracking these severe thunderstorm warnings, we do have cameras in Dixon, so when it comes time for that, we'll go ahead and swap out those cameras in Dixon. Yeah, the Sterling this one in Sterling might have gone down for good. We'll see if that one sticks. Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, that position's kind of weird. I'm having like an OBS glitch where it's showing my the camera is like way too zoomed in for some reason. I'll try to see how I can fix that without breaking everything. Oh, okay, I can just use these for now. I'll have to figure that out after stream. As long as it's not showing on stream, I don't really care. But yeah, strong winds. I'm really concerned about the winds here, just north of Interstate 80. This is just too rural for us to get cameras in, but this is going to be posing a threat for some strong winds. I wouldn't be shocked if this could potentially go destructive in the near future if this keeps intensifying. Yeah, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning all the way up towards areas south of Rockford, where wind gets up to 70 mile per hour. 70 miles per hour is possible with that. So weather spotter confirmed tornado. Right now northeast of Missouri. That will remain in effect until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the one in Knox County. The one in Macon County will be in effect till 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Nice little voice crack there. So Abilene has been dropped out of that warning. So Abilene, you're in the clear. It's going to remain to your north here, and that's going to be moving towards Interstate 70. This one is likely caused by a funnel cloud report, and this one right here, we're gonna have to keep an eye on it. More of a developing hook echo on radar, and more developing rotation is happening right now. Flash flood warnings are currently in effect, by the way. This one's in effect till 9, and then this one's in effect till 1 o'clock a.m. Thursday. So there's gonna be in effect till 1 o'clock in the morning. The one of the main tornado watches that will expire at 9 o'clock p.m. And Davenport, we just got a wind gust report of 55 at the international airport. So we're going to let these cameras keep showing what's going on. Let me fix that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to point it at the tornado warning storm, but we'll have it up anyways. We're going to stand by, and if anything happens, I'll jump back on, and yeah. All right, so I think we're going to be getting ready to wind down our coverage here for the day. We still have severe weather ongoing, but I do got to get going soon. But if there's anything else that happens, also, by the way, multiple power lines down, possible tornado north of Interstate 80 here, southeast of Rapid City. But yeah, right now I think we're about to get ready to end off our coverage for the day. Yeah, tornado. Yeah, these two tornado warnings have been dropped, and so yeah. So if there's anything else that does happen after we go off air, we're gonna jump back on air and cover what we need to cover. But for right now, I gotta get going. So this is where we're gonna be ending our stream for the day. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Watching the Skies, watching for everything. Stay safe out there.